Hey everyone, it's AniKaspar. It's 4:16 p.m. on 5/5/2018. Isn't that a wonderful collage? welcome, to the discombobulated world of a surveillance abuse survivor, barely surviving. Well, it is very clear that since Florida of 2017, my blacklisting as a whistleblower and an activist for human, civil, constitutional, and life rights worldwide has increased dramatically. Now, I've been speaking about this on Facebook for, I think, about 4 years. And I do remember that in 2011, when the first major targeting began in Puerto del Sol, Puerto Rico, that I then reported as well. So I'm incredibly confused about, why I'm still in this position and why the world is severely worse off. Now, I do know that there are major, beautiful, fantastic things happening. However, I also note that for all intents and purposes, the Agenda 21 kind of thing is still rolling out. Here come the planes. Yeah, of course. Can they stand when I talk truth? No, they can't, because they're non-human, incredibly criminal creatures that you cannot even begin to imagine. In fact, if you'd like to understand who they really are, please listen to a 7.5-hour series of videos on YouTube called Bush Family of Secrets. It's an amazing interview with an amazingly talented author who wrote the original book, Bush Family of Secrets, 500-page tome that I read in 2015 when I first discovered these guys and their work, the author's work, and the interviewers. Now, I'm sure that I shared that also on Facebook many times because it's so significant. So I guess I'm at a page of okay, it is very clear that for 7 years you have lost 17 employment opportunities, both from home and outside of the office, as well as have lost 3 businesses, your health, all of your physical possessions, many friendships, many incredibly beautiful people have passed. Actually, most of the really beautiful people in my life passed. Interesting. So it's pretty clear that I am on what I would call a very inorganic timeline, not of my making. And I'm afraid to say that everyone else on the planet appears to be in that space as well. I suppose, the top 10% who have a stranglehold on these electromagnetic frequency patterns that are run by HARP and ad infinitum, I suppose they are having their life of bliss. And of course they would have to do it mechanically because they just can't do it organically. What to do? So, given how severely targeted I am, how possible do you think it is for me to complete any project when I still need to raise enough funds to emigrate to the EU and claim political asylum amnesty? I can't. I'm so sorry. I have to reach out to a community of individuals who has been gifted incredibly important content over the past decade, over and over again, primarily for free, to ask to save a life again. My life. For all of you who have stepped up, my gosh, forever you are blessed. Thank you. But as you can tell, it's never been enough, because these creatures that come after me, these guys are deep demonic. I'm using that metaphor, but I gotta tell you, if I ever really knew what deep demonic was or ever experienced it in my waking real life, I gotta say, these guys are it. I have safe housing in the EU. I have enough savings for rent and almost full transport. So that's what we need to raise immediately. Anyone who has flight miles, that's perfect, absolutely perfect. And I may be reached directly at AniKaspar, ANIKASPAR at protonmail.com. Please do a CC of that email also to AniKaspar at gmail.com. So how much do we have to raise? And let's see, the Patreon account is out there. And of course, everything is so censored. Nobody's seeing it. No, I mean, it's unbelievable what's going on. And I have many people who have looked into this now since early 2016. And everybody's very, 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 very clear where I am. I am in complete and utter lockdown illegally, because I can assure you, if they had any reason legally, that's where I would be. But truly in a physical space that they create for our prison planet. So if you think that that one life is worth saving, and thus perhaps all of humanity's, because here's the deal, everyone. No one gets out of this unless the surveillance abuse survivorship community does. They have been leading the pack now for 2 decades, that includes me, in attempting to hold the line against these demonic programs, these truly, truly demonic Zerzet programs. And they need the grace first and foremost. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure humanity is all going to end up in these types of programs and just die most miserable lives. When you've watched innocent individuals be very severely tortured now for 4 years, nonstop, in 5 different states and 2 countries, you're pretty clear about what's going on. And unfortunately, the truth of the matter is the majority of the perpetration comes from the English-speaking countries, who decided a long time ago to never let the sun set on their empire. So, that's enough for me today. I'm trying out another video option because my cell phone is wildly intercepted, and I'm hoping this is working as well. Well, it looks like it is, but you just never know, guys. You cannot imagine. So please make your way over to my main page, AniKaspar, regularly to understand exactly what's happening, not just for me, but in our world today. Also make your way over to the Tipper Oracle Facebook page and give it a like and share. And lastly, of course, but most importantly, make your way over to the Patreon account for the Tipper Oracle and become either, whatever's comfortable for you, patron today, or it can be as small as, I think, $3 or something of that nature. And that is incredibly wonderful, guys. You can't imagine how much I appreciate every bit of support. And I say a thank you to everyone who has been a part of that for the past 4 years, over and over and over again. However, if you do wish to be an impact investor, or you do have flight miles to contribute, please contact me directly, again, at AniKaspar, ANIKASPAR at protonmail.com and at gmail.com. I am more than happy to fulfill all the projects once my ticket is purchased and I'm stabilized in terms of where I'm going to secure my political asylum. I've begun to finish the projects that I committed to, but the truth is very simply this. I have to save my life. And why I committed to projects that I really wanted to do, but really didn't have the ability to do based on the extremity that I have had to endure since I started going public for our community. I don't know what to say, guys. They really don't like me out there talking about anything. The video series I just spoke with everyone about, which you must see, Bush Family of Secrets. You can't imagine how freaked they got by that last night. These guys are really criminally insane, and their insanity includes such a paranoia. I mean, there's no question we are in a severe surveillance police state at this juncture in most of the English-speaking nations, of course in other nations as well, but never like this. Never like this. And I think if you do listen to or read the book, Bush family of secrets, I think you'll understand quite readily how dire the situation truly is. I'd love to say all is well. There are many beautiful things happening, but the reality is you can't bite in to the lie anymore. Blessings, everyone. It actually is a really good day here. I'm just exhausted from unmitigated stress for 4 years. I should have never come back to my country. What an error. Blessings. Thank you again.